unheard. Status. I got my man Rage on the beat, as always, nigga. Yeah. I drop kicks when I spit, deliver sick when I.
Hello everybody, welcome to today's episode of Young Gifted and Black with your homeboy Lebo Sekani, aka Lebza Status. Now today we're chilling with an artist manager, a producer, a songwriter, and vocalist. Yeah. So I'm chilling here with my homeboy Tsholo, aka Fellow Morris, who's going to share his knowledge about artist management, production, songwriting, and also being a vocalist. Yeah. So I leave it to him, ladies and gentlemen, Tsholo Fellow.
Yeah, so the name is Tsholo Fellow Moremedi, and that's where actually Fellow Morez comes from Tsholo Fellow Moremedi. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's where it actually comes from. Born in the 80s, Soweto. Came in the scene professionally when the Teargas release, because that's when I came in, like I think 2007, 2006.
Came in as an artist manager.
Well, I came in as a producer.
Yes.
Right.
That's where I want us to start. Let's start the journey.
Okay. So I came in as a producer, and then guys also discovered I could write.
Yeah.
Right. So on that first album, I also wrote a chorus for Lizo from Jamali.
Yeah.
She did a song called Hold On that first album that Teargas.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah, so I wrote everything that she's saying, the chorus and the bridge, I had to write that. And then I did a song called Daddy Son. Back then I was Catwalk.
Yeah. I remember that day.
So I was Catwalk then,
Yeah.
and then I produced Daddy Son, and then I sang on the chorus as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was literally my foot into the industry professionally, you know. I think I'll probably answer more stuff as we go.
As we go, yeah. So basically, just to give you context, Omar.
Yeah.
The reason I called you here is because a lot of not so commercial careers are not being spoken about.
Yeah.
So most of the time we see like people on the front side, like people on TV and artists to be specific.
Yeah.
And people don't know that there's people like you who actually write the songs, who manage the artist as well.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I want us to talk about actually.
Okay.
And we are also like highlighting the fact that we know that you're doing well, you know, and that's why I wanted you to come in and share that knowledge.
Shout out.
So like you said, starting as, and I'll say, hey, maybe I can say it, you know. When I met you were a vocalist.
Yeah.
I remember you did a few hooks.
Yeah.
For Teargas, and you were singing. You had your own music also.
Yeah.
So when did you start singing, like as Tsholo?
I mean from an early age, you know. Primary.
No shiny hook.
Yeah, I actually started writing music when I was like 11, 12. That's when I started writing songs.
Shit.
You know, I used to write songs and sing for my mom. I'm like, yo, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what I was saying much, because I was talking about I need you, I want you. You know,
I wonder what you were referring to, dog.
Well, I mean, obviously I was talking about a girl.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like if Michael Jackson back then, when they were young, they could sing Candy Girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like I could also sing and you know, and write about girls, because I mean, it's not something that we were going through even at that young age. There was already attention of girls, so it's something you could sing about.
Where did you grow up, bro?
Deep Proof.
Yeah,
DK, Zone 1. That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
DK, Zone 1, Zone 2. And then when I went to high school, I was still in DK, and then I went to live with my aunt in Dobson Hill.
Yeah.
So I grew up there. Soweto, you know, so
Yeah, Soweto. I know. Actually, ironically, I grew up because on phone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
And you know, before I moved to the east, that's where I used to live. You know.
Okay.
And I know a lot of.
Because when I met you, you were east side.
Yeah. But we met Koskela.
Yeah.
And maybe I can mention that we met OUJ. We used to study in
Vets Tech.
Vets Tech, actually.
Yeah.
No, what champions are about that man.
Like I don't mind. Like it was called Vets Tech.
It was Vets Tech then.
And I was studying marketing there.
Yeah,
I couldn't finish, you know, due to my old lady not being able to finance the whole thing until I could finish. So
and it was quite expensive.
It was, bro. It was. So I had to drop out, you know, leave the marketing thing, and I had to. I think I started hustling since then. You know, I think before I went to Vets Tech, I took a gap year. Yeah. And that's when I started learning how to make beats. You know, that year, like just, you know, the whole get a computer, start messing around with softwares, FL Studio, Reason. Yeah, and then
Fruity Loops.
Yeah. Well, then it was called Fruity Loops. Now they call it FL Studio.
Oh, say the FL.
Yeah, no FL. You know. So yeah, I think that was also like just the background, you know. And then I started there, and
And since then, so then starting to write music. Then, like, when did you? So I assume after like you dropped out of tertiary, then that's where you put the whole thing into second gear. To say, okay, now I wanna make money out of this. I wanna make a living out of it.
Yeah.
Or did you know then how it's gonna work out?
I think it was just like a passion, you know. At first, yes, I knew. Even when I was in high school, that I don't really want to like study further. You know, I just want to do music. You know, like let me just get my matric certificate and be out. You know, but obviously, once you conclude, they were like, well, you need something to fall back on. Yeah, try this or that. You know, but I'm also blessed that I didn't have that pressure from them, like from my mom on some. No, you need to stay in school. You know, it was more of like, "Hey, Joe, live your life." You know, so I mean, after dropping out, it was a matter of now, because I still need to make some money.
Yeah.
I remember I ended up having to do some insurance learnership. I did that for like 9 months. You know, somewhere in Randburg. And that's how I got my first proper job, you know, because they place you in companies. You know, so at least it was a proper learnership, you know.
Where you get like a stipend to get there every day.
You know what I mean? They give you something every month, and then they place you into companies. You know, so because I was doing marketing, you know, so they thought, okay, let's put you in sales. Sales.
Hey, sales is tough.
Hey,
I respect people.
Bro. So I mean that was my first job. I was selling insurance at a company called AIG. That's how I got into the whole working. And then.
When was your first commercial break? Like, from being now a songwriter and messing around with beats. When did the first? I wouldn't even call it a break. I'd just say, okay, a breakthrough. You know, who was like the first person that you worked with now as a producer?
Well, the first people I worked with was Teargas. That was my breakthrough, and that was also through a mentor. You know, I mean, I know you wanted to talk about that too at some point. So I don't know if you want me to play that.
Yeah, that's the perfect time.
So I mean, luckily I had a homie that took me in, and well, he taught me the ropes in terms of I hear you want to sing, you can sing, you got a nice voice, but unfortunately, music does not always work out like that. You know, you gotta look at other things in the industry. And that time he was working with guys like Selvin, Shimani.
Was he a producer?
He was a producer.
So do you wanna shout him out?
635. Sbu Shawalala 635. And then he started to manage Teargas. You know, and then I was like shadowing him. You know, like I was with him almost every day, man. then I'll catch a cab. Because on the second tops, not plumber DK station. So he was there, good DK, good station. So every day I'd catch a cab, go to him. He had a setup, you know, and then I'd be there the whole day messing around, you know, learning. Okay, this is how you make a beat. This is a kick. This is a snare. These are hats. You know, these are keys and everything. So like, okay, so this is how you put it. Beats is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now there's bars. So I'm you know, just the fundamentals of just how a song is structured. You know what I mean? Okay, chorus, we're gonna add these. Verse, we're gonna open it up so that the vocals can come in nicely. Chorus comes back in. You know, we add more instruments. So you learn.
All that stuff.
Ad-libs, everything. You know how to record. Now there's cube bass involved. Now you can record vocals. You know, so.
And you threw the hooks, obviously.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, so I can also play the hooks. You know, and then because I was also having these jobs now and then, I could also buy my own computer. You know, at home, and then I had friends, Daka Siaka, and then we actually started a rap group. That's how crazy it was. It was called Streetlight, right? And then so we also put our Zaganyana together, so we could buy a mic and everything. And then I also started rapping, and you know, and which was actually dope for me because it helped me a lot in writing. Because I'm like, oh shit, so when you rap, there's rhyming schemes. You know, you don't just put a word together, you know what I mean? But you gotta rhyme in a certain way, you know.
Like it's flow.
Like flows, you know, and it's also melodic as well to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So you can. It's not like you're just talking like this. You know, because every song has its own key. You know. It's either C minor or whatever. So you need to also rap according to that. Obviously now things are easier because guys are using auto-tune and everything, you know, so that they can sit properly. But with us then, it was just rapping. You know, there was no auto-tune. Singing was no auto-tune. You know.
But still, obviously at that time, like, you didn't really know how far it's gonna go.
No, I didn't know. I still didn't know.
From the sound of it, you hadn't really specialized in a certain field in the music.
No, not yet. For it was, I was still like finding myself, you know. Do I rap? Do I sing? You know. But then now I'm like, I can actually make a song by myself. I can make a beat. I can write a verse, rapping. I can write a chorus, singing. You know. So I'm like, okay, so now I can make songs, right? And then you know, then you see this. Doraka, see ciphers and
splash jam.
you know, so like okay, now slaches, you know.
We used to meet there.
You know, so now and then you're like, oh shit, maybe I could also perform there. And then you get there and you see guys like pro key. You're like, maybe I'm not on that. You know, you're like, you see who play, you know, who pitch black, you know, killing it. You're like, Bushima, Selvin, you know, come on, Robo. You know, ammunition and then you know, who was the other guy? Specs, né? So you see all of that, and you're like, okay,
Specs, I remember. Specs.
You know, so I'm like, damn, okay, maybe I'm not really a rapper. You know, so what else can I do? And I think being with Swoop helped because he was, you know, managing artists. So being with him on the day-to-day basis, I'm like, okay, so this is what you do. You know, you take songs to radio. You need to have a relationship with compilers. You know, you need to go here, print the CDs. Just, you know, you start learning. You know, the ropes, the smaller little details. You know, and then I think from just meeting Teargas and working on that first project, I started to enjoy making music more. And you know, then I met up with guys like Sugar Smacks, also did some stuff on his album when he went solo as well, you know.
So that's where like it kind of like kicked in, okay. Like surely I can do this for a living. I'm like, okay, now I can invoice someone for a beat. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, you can. So you were making beats very full time.
So I was making beats full time while I was obviously doing the 9-to-5 thing, there and there. I was never happy there. Like I don't even remember working for a company for a year. I was literally in fun. I worked for a lot of companies because I was never happy. It was never me. You know, you go, And I'm like, I'm gonna find another one. And then, so I kept moving, but still working on the music. And at some point, you're like, I can't do this 9 to 5 thing, because every day you get home, you're tired. You leave in the morning, you gotta catch a bus at like
6 a.m.
When 5:30 when it's still dark. You're working with my mid-range. You get home, it's like 8 o'clock. You're just not inspired to do anything but just chill. Got weekends, niggas wanna chill
and get smashed. Yeah.
You know what so now it's like, okay, when do you do your music? And then it just gets to a point where you just have to choose what you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, dog. So now you're doing music, and it's starting to seem like there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Which year is this now? Like the Pro Kid era, and what double age? Or is this like towards maybe? It's way beyond. Like it's like 2012.
I mean,
29, 2010.
I think obviously, my 2011, 12. I think for me, things started getting really serious when the Teargas do their last album. Was it called Dark or Blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2012, 2011.
Yeah.
There. Because I quit the 9 to 5 2010, right? Could I?
Excited game.
But I can safely say I've been in the game as long as like guys like Teargas, because I started with those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So little now I can say I've done 15 years, whatever, 15 years.
Yeah.
That's literally I've been doing it, But during that time, and then because I kept working them at job.
Yeah.
They kept giving me the calls. Even on their second album, they did. No, the first album was Sugar Cool, and then it was Wafa Wafa. Right? Yeah. So they hit me up, and then I wrote 2 choruses on that one.
Yeah.
They had a big song called "Take You Out."
I remember.
Yeah, featuring Tweety. And funny enough, that's the one song that saved their career. Because they took out Champion. Number one. Number one. Featuring Bongo Riot.
Yeah.
It was Aishnesa Swara Sharp.
Yeah.
And then they were like, what do we release now? And then Metro FM was like, hey guys, now if there's any song I'm gonna play, it's this one, Take You Out, And then
I remember that was a big jam.
Yeah, that was huge, and luckily Nkosana from Akip was able to also sponsor the video for the guys. Because things were not really looking good then, and then they were able to shoot the video. They took out the song, it started to chart, and then they started to get busy again, because then the booking started coming in again after that song, and with the money they were starting to get, they were able to fund the next album. You know what I mean? So, damn, I actually played an important role. That's crazy.
No, you did. Though.
Yes.
That's why you're here.
So I wrote that chorus, and then the relationship still kept going.
Yeah. Were you doing stuff like for other people though at the same time?
Not too much.
So you were more of an in-house.
I was still open to work with anyone. But I think I was also not like out there like, yo, I'm out here. It's just guys that I would meet, like Sugar Smacks, because obviously now you're meeting the squad, and then I was able to pitch my beats to him. He took a few. I remember Pro also wanted some beats. I don't know what happened. I pitched some beats to Pro Kid as well. But the relationship started building with everyone in the industry then. But so Dark or Blue days, then the guys started working on their own events. There was an event called The Showdown that they did.
Where was it?
The first one they did was Goma Bonya. Right. That one was like, it was a free one. And then the second one was like, okay, cool, now we want to make money. And then it was Kumende.
Pretoria.
Pretoria and Mende. And then K.O was actually like running that event by himself. Like everything behind the scenes, he was like on the day to day, you know. So luckily, I met up with him because now there was Cash Time Fam building, right? And then I produced the first Cash Time Fam single, called Number One, featuring Molly, and it had AB Fab and Smash and the Teargas guys. Yeah, so I met up with K.O. I had to give him the saps, and then I was like, yo, so I'm working on this event. I need help. Like, I don't know, like, I'm way in, and I don't, you know, I'm not too sure what I'm doing anymore, you know. I think one thing that also helped me is that I never said no to an opportunity.
So now you've kind of like established yourself now, like seriously. And then, you know, I will say again that, you know, you're one of the guys that I think you're quietly going about your business, Mara, you know, in a very, very effective way, you know. So now you're working with K.O. from what I understand. And how has the experience been like for you as a person outside of music? Like, what is the whole experience? How has your life in a way got affected in a positive way from this whole thing?
I think firstly, man, like my life changed drastically, you know, because I was always there, you know, in terms of, like I said, always available, making myself available, right? Availing myself, So when any opportunity came, I was there to strike, you know. So with me having the hat of a composer, producer, you know, when we first worked on Skanda Republic, right, that album, I was there, you know. When we worked on the first single, which was Mission Statement, I was there, like helping with the chorus, you know, structuring it. Sometimes, I mean, people don't know, they always think being a writer is just actually writing. But sometimes you could be writing notes, telling a person, no, rather sing it like this. That's also part of it, you know. So,
and there's a serious part.
No, it's a very serious part, you know, because, and you know, believe it or not, there's no song that K.O. has ever recorded without my presence. Like as a solo artist, I'm in the studio all the time, you know, because.
So you're a producer.
I
think you're a super big, like you're a big producer.
So you could say that, you know, and even when we did Karakara, you know, I was there from us making the beat, you know, coming up with certain sounds in the beat, you know. So meaning, you know, I also co-produced the song, and probably 80% of that album, you know, I had my hand in there. Even if you can check on your Apple,
the credits,
you can check on Apple Music. Just write Tsholo Maremedi, see which songs come up.
And dog, I like the fact that these guys, like for example, K.O, you know, they mention you, you know.
Shout out.
My gang, I've heard like. I've heard the homie mention you know, as someone who plays that type of role.
You know, so I think, man, that's why I'm saying my life changed drastically, because from just being just Tsholo and you know, then homies became super producers. Man, now I got 4 summer awards, bro. You know, for real.
That's dope,
know,
my man.
You know, I got an award for Karakara Song of the Year. Got an award for Karakara Best Collaboration with K.O. Teargas. Got an award for Best Hip Hop Album for Skanda Republic. And recently we just got Best Collaboration at the Summers for Say You Will featuring Nani.
Dog, you know? you had a hand in that.
Of course.
I knew it. I know your sound, dog. I know your hooks, man.
So we wrote that chorus together with K.O. And then, you know, Nani came on to sing it, you know.
Actually,
you know, You know,
just talking about
it.
I know.
She's, you know, she's a beautiful lady, very kind-hearted. You know, we talk a lot actually. You know, even Leah, she hits me up. You know, when she's got something that she wants to release. Like, yo, what do you think? Do you think this is the right time to release it? What do you think of the song generally? You know, so you know, it's cool to have people in the industry that you can also bounce your ideas off. You know, so yeah, bro, I think my life just changed then.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, and I think also, like K.O became like a very, very huge influence in my life. You know, and we became very, very close friends. You know. I mean, I've learned a lot from him, bro. Like,
because even on the videos, I see you there.
Yeah, sometimes.
I didn't even know you could dance, bro. Like,
oh yeah. I actually, you know, people don't know this actually, that I came up with the kara dance. And the one on Son of a God as well. I came up with that dance as well. And I'm actually singing. You see that? That's me singing that part, right? So okay, people don't know that too. So
they must know.
So I did a lot of stuff, bro. You know,
and traveling, like because I know you travel quite a lot. You know? You know, just name a few countries that you've been at. You know,
I've been in the States. I've been in the UK. Been to Holland. Been to Portugal. Norway. Well, there, and then obviously been to a lot of African countries. From Lesotho to Swaziland, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Nigeria, Kenya. You know,
and that's
just a lot of
inspirational shit,
a lot of places.
Especially for the young ones, you know, who want to do this and they probably, and I'm talking about people that don't have the means though, you know. When I listen to your story, it's not like you had someone funding you or you came from a rich family. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but for some people, like they have to be humble and work through it, you know. I believe that I can still do this though.
That's true.
So now, you know, where do you see yourself now? So in like the next few years, like, are you growing with the Skanda World Consortium, if I can call it? I'm not sure who owns it, but are you growing with those guys, or are you, at some stage, are you looking at maybe opening your own firm?
I mean, well, firstly, I'm a director and a partner. At Skanda.
That's dope.
So it's me and K.O. It's our company. You know, we started in 2017. Just obviously after the whole Cash Time Life thing, we had to just rebrand, you know, ourselves. So we started Skanda World.
And the artists that you're working with
right now,
in there, I know there's a few guys.
There's Low-Key who's coming in very hard.
He's good, eh?
You know, a kid from Durban. Discovered him on Twitter actually last year.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Hey man, that kid's got flow, man.
He's dope. And I think when we heard him, it was like, yo, it just reminds me of that sound I've been missing, Yakasi.
Yeah.
You know, it's so raw. You know?
And you had to fetch it in Durban.
And it's it's crazy, Joe.
Shout out to Durban, man.
You know, shout out to Durban, bro.
So now you guys are growing this whole stable now.
We're growing. There's
and there's merch now. So it's looking fresh.
There's merch, you know.
I need to get myself some.
Bro, you sleeping?
Nah, we'll talk after this.
You know, we've got the clothing, which is growing. That's dope. We had an opportunity to distribute, you know, through Studio 88. You know, so
that's a big one.
Yeah, it's quite big, bro. I mean, they've got like 300 stores.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite stores.
You know, so it was dope of them to give us the opportunity. So little now we're growing slowly, you know, getting into more stores as we go. So we're working on the on the summer range right now. And then we've got my E as well, you know, as our homie, that we like, you know, let's still continue to build.
Yeah,
so
I respect that.
Yeah, you know, real guy, you know. And then we've got another homie of ours, DJ Mr. X.
Yeah, Mr. X.
Mr. X, you know, And then there's a new kid. Yo, I hear you. That's all I can say. I can't even mention his name. Well, I don't know when this will come out, but you know, there's a new kid that we've just signed from Pretoria.
Yeah.
All I can say, he doesn't sound like anything you've ever heard.
He's on the next
in South Africa.
And I mean, I can imagine that, and you guys adding your spices in there.
Yeah,
like cooking that.
We did. I mean, when we first met him, he sounded obviously very Americanized.
Yeah.
You know, but we're like, we need to bring it back home because we're dealing with the majority of the population, which is, you know, people Bakokas.
Yeah.
And we need to just have songs that are relatable to that.
Yeah.
You know, so Lena, I mean, he's a kid, bro. He's 19, but he's starting to understand that. Oh damn! So this is where it's at.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've just done a song with him now that we're gonna release in like mid-September.
Yeah.
And you know, he played the song for his mom. His mom never really approved of the music until now.
Yo.
You know.
Now that he's got a deal.
Now, you know, besides that, because of the content now.
Oh yeah.
And how he's rapping and all ladies like, oh wow, like now I can listen to you.
Yeah. Like he brought it home.
He brought it home, and that's what we've always you know, we're lucky enough to have, is that we were able to make music that could speak from, you know, a 5-year-old to a 70-year-old, you know, and that's just the music we've always wanted to make.
Yeah.
You know, to just bridge that gap.
Yeah.
You know.
And you guys are killing it, though.
Shout outs, man.
You know.
Thank you.
And I want like people to understand that. And I'll repeat it again, like there's so many people that are putting work behind the scenes,
you know,
behind these brands.
There's a lot, bro.
And we need to support our music. I mean, dog, I used to rap, I used to listen to music, rocker states for like probably the first 3 stages of my life.
Of course.
But now, dog, I'm pumping. Like you go on Apple Music, that playlist there,
and then you get to hear new guys all the time.
The talent is crazy, man.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope.
So my man, I'd like to thank you for coming through. You know,
shout out.
I think that I did say that you're one of the homies that are like putting so much effort into what you do and passion and all that. And I hope that everybody is listening, who's going to be watching this, you know, can be inspired by your story. So now, before you go, just give us your social media handles, bro.
It's Tsholo SA.
Tsholo SA.
Yeah.
TSHOLO no underscore, no.
Well, actually, that's on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's on Facebook. Yeah. On Twitter, it's Tsholo. Yeah, I was lucky enough to actually get Tsholo, so I didn't have to put SA or anything.
Yeah. And then if anyone wants to like work with you, are you open for that? How can they hit you up?
Yeah, I mean, they can email me tsholo@mrkevstime.com.
Yeah.
They can send me stuff.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, because I mean, I know there was a question that you had on like how do we now discover, you know, talent.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy, you know.
We didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
Because guys obviously are just sending whatever they can send at the bookings email, you know. But it's gotten to a point where I've stopped listening, bro, because I don't know what's happening. Besides what Sibaya, it's just not dope. Like it's not.
So before people holler at you, dog, basically, they must at least make sure the shit is dope.
Yeah, but the truth is, everyone thinks they dope.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Like we can say, make sure it's dope, but truth is, we all believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to crush anyone's dream. So cool, you can send it. You know, if I've got time, I'll listen. You know, but at least my personal email there, I can really listen. You know, but on the bookings, there's so many things. People wanting to partner with us, brand-wise, there's booking, there's all sorts of things, you know. So
it must be more formal. So you need to email him on Tsholo
at Mr. Cash Time.
And then I think on my side, you think I've done my job. And for the peeps out there, get your merch also. How do people get the merch?
Studio 88.
Fair, like no other ways of
I mean,
no DMs, no number.
No, they can hit us up. You can DM me, you can DM Skanda World, at Skanda World on Twitter, on Instagram. You can send us a message, you know, because we've also just created a WhatsApp line.
I saw that. That's why actually I'm
bro, and it's so and it's crazy how we're moving a lot of units there as well, because unfortunately because of COVID we couldn't be in a lot of stores. You know,
and I think people also want the personal touch. So they want to hit you up.
So when they hit us up
directly from the home,
you know what I mean?
You know,
so that's also dope. We were able to spread it to more people, you know, people all the way in Opo could get it, Cape Town, everywhere. You know,
my man, I'm proud of you, and I hope that you know, sky's the limit for you. So,
thanks, my bro. Thanks for the opportunity, and man, continue doing these types of platforms. You know, I think we need to know what else goes into people's success. You know, it's not always what it seems. There's always a lot of people that are behind the scenes that are assisting to make, you know, that brand what it is.
The way it is. My man, big up.
Shout out.
Sure, dog.
What up, boy?
One.